Hello guys, this is Jonathan. I'm the founder of offmarketninja.com. I just thought I'd jump in here and give you a quick video about contracts and what contracts we use in real estate and real estate wholesaling. But first of all, a little bit about Off Market Ninja. Our mission is to create the right tools and resources to streamline the wholesaling process. When you sign up to Off Market Ninja, you'll get access to nationwide buyers who will buy your deals, because when you post your deals into our platform, they will be automatically sent to any and all buyers whose buying criteria matches your deal. We will also have monthly interviews with industry experts, in which you'll be able to jump in and ask your questions. All right, so that again is offmarketninja.com. That's offmarketninja.com. All right, anyways, back to business. All right, so the main contract you have to worry about in real estate is your purchase and sale agreement. Okay, when you're not done negotiating with the seller, this is the contract that you and the seller are going to sign. This is the contract that's going to give you equitable interest. Equitable interest is very important in wholesaling. It's what makes wholesaling possible, because it gives you the right to market the property as if it was your own. Without equitable interest, you cannot market the property. There's also another contract. I don't have it in front of me, but it's another contract called, well, first of all, let me just come back to this one. This purchase and sale agreement, when a seller gets to this contract, the seller cannot accept any of the offers or try to sell the property in any way until the contract is done or the property is closed. Well, actually, if the property is closed, obviously they don't own the property. But there's another contract. It's called, you can do a Google search for it. It's called an option contract. What that does, it does give you equitable interest, so it lets you market the property. So if you and the seller get into this contract, it also gives you equitable interest. However, the seller is not bound to you to where they can't market the property. They can still try to sell the property as if, as normal. And if the seller finds another buyer, then your option contract is null and void. All right. So sometimes when the seller is a little iffy about signing this one, because he or she doesn't want the property to be locked in, you can talk him and her into signing an option contract, and they'll give you the equitable interest you need in order to market the property. So anyway, so when you're done negotiating with the seller, and let's say you came up to a price, right? You agreed on a price. Then you and the seller are gonna get into this contract. You and the seller are gonna sign this contract. And this contract is the one that you are going. This contract is, I'm sure you heard of the term on the contract. That's this contract, okay? The purchase and sale agreement. This is a Georgia contract. However, they're pretty similar. This is the long one. This is the one realtors use. Us wholesalers, we don't have to be bound by this contract. There's a lot of 2-page contracts, even a 1-page contract. As long as your contract has what it needs to have in there, you're fine. Most of the 1 and 2-page contracts, they'll be fine. I had no issues using those before, so I usually use the long ones for when sellers are a little more savvier about real estate. If you use this contract with somebody that's not really savvy about real estate, you may just scare them off. So it's better to pull that 2-page contract. Just use your judgment with this. But anyway, so this is basically what the contract looks like. All right, it's a long contract. It has a lot of clauses. All right, but once it's all said and done, once you get these signatures on here, as soon as you get these signatures, then you get equitable interest, which gives you the right to market the property. All right, now, all right, so real estate contracts 101. Every real estate contract is assignable except for a listing agreement, which it's the agreement between an agent and a seller, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, because we're wholesaling, unless you're an agent, right? Obviously, but every real estate contract is assignable, except for except for a listing agreement. Even a lease is assignable. Okay, so you can assign your lease. I don't even know what you would do with that, but by the way, just it's a fun fact. Anyway, so all right, so this is where real estate comes in. So once you sign this contract with the seller, you're able to market the property to buyers. Once you find a buyer who will buy your property, you're able to assign this contract. And this is this contract. So you're able to assign this contract via assignment. Okay, an assignment contract. So you see it says assignment of purchase and sale agreement. So this contract is meant to assign the rights that you have as a buyer for this contract. Okay, so what it will do is the person that signs this contract with you, the buyer, will step in as the buyer for the property under this contract. Okay, now whoever signs your assignment, whoever you get into an assignment contract with, cannot change the terms of the original contract. They cannot change the terms of this contract. Okay, that's very important to notice. There's some instances where you wouldn't use this if you're planning to double close, which is another strategy that you can wholesale properties with. It's a little more complicated, but this is your regular or your most common way to wholesale. Okay, through assignment. All right. Now, let's go back to this contract real quick. Before I said that every real estate contract is assignable except for a listing agreement. And also, I didn't mention this, there's some contracts, some purchase agreements that have a no assignment clause. Okay, let me actually see if I see the assignment clause on this one. I'm pretty sure it has it. Maybe I should do let me see if it lets me do that. Yep. Let's do a search. There we go. There's notification assignment. Okay, there you go. So every contract is assignable, even if it doesn't say anything about assignment. Let me see if I see anything else about assignment. Assign. Okay, so this is the assignment clause right here. All right. Every real estate contract is assignable, even if it doesn't have this clause. It's assignable. Now, if it has a clause, a no assignment clause, then it's not assignable. There is some purchase and sale agreements that do have that clause. You have to be careful. However, it's only used, or mostly used by when you're dealing with bank-owned property or a property that's foreclosure, because banks don't like you wholesaling. Okay, banks don't like for you to assign their stuff. So there's a method how to get around that you can assign the agreements that you do with banks. There's a method. I'm not gonna really get into this right now, but there's a method that you can use to still wholesale bank-owned properties. Okay, maybe I'll do another video about that. Anyway, so this contract is assignable, and this is this is the same contract realtors are going to use to get their properties on the contract when they have a deal with obviously they don't do the same kind of transactions that we do, but if they have a deal, they find they have a property listed, and they find a buyer. This is the same contract they're going to send their buyers. Same thing. The only thing is that they don't do the step that we do, which is the assignment, okay, or the double close or whatever. All right. So the assignment gives you the rights, or rather, you assign the rights that you have under this contract and to this person. Okay. Now, it is possible also to assign an assignment as long as you already have the rights assigned to you from a purchase agreement. Okay. I have done that before, to where it may be like a 2-person deal. So the original wholesaler who has the property on the contract assigns the property to me, and I take that assignment because the property is assigned to me, right? So therefore I have the rights. Now I own the equitable interest. So what I do is I get another assignment, and then I reassign again the contract. I reassign my rights to the other person. I mean, this can go on forever as long as you have the equitable interest from this first contract. You can keep assigning as long as you want. I don't recommend that because number one, you're gonna confuse your title company. Number two, it's gonna really dwindle down your fee, because everybody, the more people you have in a deal, the less money you're making. Anyway, so again, my name is Jonathan Ortega, CEO and founder of offmarketninja.com. I'll bring that up for you again. Offmarketninja.com. We have nationwide buyers who will buy your deals, because when you post your deals into our site or to our platform, they automatically get sent to the buyers whose buying criteria matches the deal. Not only that, we also have investing calculators. We have contracts. We have a lot of resources, a lot of tool resources that will make your wholesaling career simple. All right, so I just thought I'd jump in this quick video and just kind of explain that to you. Those are the only contracts you have to have to deal with. There's other ones when you are doing a little more complicated strategies, like the one that I mentioned before, like the option contract. And by the way, let me go back to this contract. So if you have the property under an option contract, right? Just real quick, you have the property under option contract, and you do find a buyer, right? So just remember that when you have an option contract, the seller can still market that property. So you have to get it locked in as soon as possible. So when you do find a buyer, that seller is actively marketing that property because he or she can. So you're gonna have to, in order to get rid of that option contract and stop the seller from keep marketing that property, you have to get into a purchase and sale agreement, all right, which it will lock the seller in. Once you find a buyer, lock the seller in, and it will let you have the property officially on the contract, and then you can move it forward. You cannot take an option contract to a title agency, for example. Oh, and that actually brings me to this last thing. I was done, but this came to mind. I'm sorry. When I do these videos, whatever comes to mind, guys, whatever comes to mind, I just give to you. Anyway, so not this one. You have to go back to this. Yeah, so whenever you have the option contract, whenever you find a buyer, the seller is actively marketing this property, right? So you have to get into an official purchase and sale agreement in order to get that property locked in, so the seller can stop marketing that property and you are officially on the contract. Okay, you cannot take that contract, you cannot take an option contract to a title agency. What you have to take to a title agency is your purchase agreement, and whenever you have an assignment, your assignment. Okay, those are the contracts that the title agency is going to work with. These two, they just first of all need to know that you have equitable interest with this contract, and then you assign your rights as a buyer to and buyer. Excuse me. All right. That's it. Any questions you guys may have, you can contact me at ninja@offmarketninja.com. That again is ninja@offmarketninja.com. As soon as I run into an issue, I feel like you guys need to know about it, I post videos. I do try to post videos every week, so just go ahead and hit subscribe, and just keep a lookout for any videos that we have. All right. Thank you very much, guys.